Dear friends, today when we are here, every MIT alumni has to remember one great mind who was responsible for shaping our life, each one of our life. That is C. Rajam Avargal. We have all got to be grateful to this great son of India. Now I am reminded of three incidents in the life of Sri Chinnaswamy Rajam, founder of the MIT Madras. You should remember that. The first incident took place when Rajam was a young man of 27 years. He was looking for a livelihood after experimenting with several other professions earlier. Since Madras could not offer an opportunity, he moved back to Kumbakonam and wrote to Mysore tanneries that he will be their agent to sell their products. The Mysore tannery wanted an advance of rupees 250, which was very difficult for the young man to raise. Rajam was helped by a friend who gave the amount without any condition and without any promissory note. The availability of this amount in time really transformed the life of Sri Rajam. He could discover his core competence as selling, which is presently marketing. This core competence made Sri Rajam a successful entrepreneur and also gave him the benefit of his hard work. He became an important business leader. As a human life has its way, he had a setback when his wife passed away when he was 62 years old. It was a second transition in his life. All he wanted to was to detach himself from life. He sold his 2 bungalows for rupees 5 lakhs. What for? Sri Rajam found when he was starting the industry, he had to install many equipment. After installation, some have to be repaired. Every time Sri Rajam found he has to invite foreign technician for setting right the equipment, either in steel rolling mill in Nagapattinam or power station or electrical mill companies. The founder Rajam felt why not our engineers could design and build the equipment and plan and also maintain them. He visualized the design, development, maintenance and the operation of engineering system should be integrated in the technological field. That's how he worked for founding MIT. This process has become an integrated part of education at MIT, and today MIT has generated over 20,000 engineers and technologists who are engaged in India and abroad in various parts of important mission. 50 alumni have come from abroad, I understand. My greetings to all of you. For this unique action of creating a technological institution, Sri Rajam is being remembered by every engineer who graduated from MIT. On similar line, I would suggest each one of the MIT alumni to think how he or she will be remembered by the posterity through their unique contribution to the growth of engineering and technology in the nation. Will you do it? Yes. Okay. First, I was asking myself, as an alumnus of MIT, what did I give back to my alma mater? I was asking myself. I was a teacher in MIT. After becoming the scientific advisor, I landed here, and I was a teacher as a professor in MIT for 1 year and initiated a program called Technology for Societal Transformation and also dimension of nanotechnology. These areas have culminated in generation of thousands of students, and one of my students took up a research in determining the cause of mentally challenged characteristics and possible solution, which has led to getting my student PhD award under my guidance. This experience in the campus of MIT has enriched my knowledge. With this thought in mind, I would like to share a few ideas of topic, what can I give? Each one of us asking question, what can I give? Repeat with me. What can I give? What can I give? What can I give? Now, friends, as a student of MIT, I will never forget the importance of knowledge acquisition. I fondly remember our aero class, aeronautics department, our aero class used to start at 7:30 a.m. I don't know whether it's doing now. In 1954-57, I have to come to the classroom at 7:30 a.m. We'll go that class. One professor will conduct the class up to 10:30 a.m., 3 hours, continuous. Whether it was a class taken by Professor Sponder on technical aerodynamics or Professor W. Rapanthin on propulsion or Professor K.V. Pandale on aerostructure. The greatest knowledge acquisition in MIT culminated to me through the project under the supervision of Dr. K. Srinivasan. I don't know how many of you had his leadership, and I was one of his students. He selected at third year, 9, at that time we were 8 aeronautical students. They took only 8 fellows, 8 aeronautical students, and he gave us a third year a 6-month project. You'll be surprised. The project he gave was, in 6 months, we have to give a preliminary design of low-level attack aircraft. You have to design low-level attack aircraft. So 8 fellows. Somebody propulsion, somebody structure, somebody guidance, somebody control, somebody material, and I am the leader of the team. And so we started working. In those days, we have used, our professor will use slide rule, we to use slide rule. You have not, all of you have slide rule people? Most of you, now it's in museum, I understand. So we use the slide rule for design and for drawing, big drawing board for designing the drawings and all those things. So we, all the 8 fellows, and we started working. We have got electric train. We got a pass in those days, 1/3 the cost. So many people will vanish out of 8 fellows. Many people Saturday, Sunday, they will vanish. So we have to work very hard. But 5th month, my professor go for tennis. S. Srinivasan, Professor Srinivasan is an aeronautical designer. We used to go for tennis. So whenever tennis, the aeronautics department very close to him, he entered into that. He entered and saw one day, he reviewed. We were 5 fellows sitting there at that time. 3 fellows vanished. So when he saw that, he said, "Your design hopeless. You fellows in 5 months work, it's a hopeless work, what you have done. And Kalam, you are the leader of the team, your scholarship will be terminated. There is only 1 month is more, you have choice and chance to work." So of course I got hold of other 3 fellows, cinema going fellows, and beach going fellows. So all the 8 of us, day and night we worked, and 6 months arrived. Again Professor Srinivasan came there. He spent about 2 hours with us. He was very happy. He immediately took all the 8 of us to his house. And at those days, the dean will stay in the campus. So he took his house. He gave a very good Madras coffee, hot coffee. He gave all of us. Okay. So to show his happiness. But the interesting thing is, I want to tell you, friends, what we learned out of this project: system design, system integration, system management. When I got out of 1957 out of this campus, beautiful campus, I am armed with system design, system integration, system management. You have to manage 8 fellows to get it done. So all these 3 things we learned, and so I always thank MIT for that knowledge in 6-month training, imparted wherever I went. That came to me very handy. Wherever I went, I got the job because of what I learned in MIT, system design, system integration, system. As an alumnus, when I think of what one can give back to MIT, I am reminded of the Anna University K.B. Chandrasekhar Research Center, which has been set up by Mr. K.P. Chandrasekhar, a global entrepreneur in collaboration with Anna University in the year 1999. It's a beautiful establishment. The unique feature of this research center is it combines academic with the industrial, theoretical, with the experimental, the long-term with the short-term research program in the areas of life sciences and information sciences. This center has become a model and has demonstrated how a university-based research laboratory can become a financial self-supporting through a judicious use of its expertise, skill and resources. I'm happy that the scientists of the center have published over 300 research papers Developed and commercialized 4 products to the market. 4 are getting ready for commercialization and we generated 4 patents in USA. Such promotion of state-of-art research is an important component of enriching the education and system. It's a good example. What can I give? Each one of you is giving to your alma mater. I have given something. Mr. Chandrasekhar has given something. Each one of you has given. So you are giving. What can I give? So next. So friends, I personally believe the one important area in conclusion, contribution to energy independence. I have met an Indian researcher, Sri Gopalakrishnan, along with an experienced German scientist, Dr. Paul D. Bader. He is working on demand production of hydrogen in IC engine using Indian innovation called hydro drive. It's an Indian hydro drive. And that is, you use 40% of water with petrol or diesel, and you have to mix it, and then they develop a system, and it gives 40% fuel you can save, and that's how the CO2 production also you can save. So friends, with this I would like to say in conclusion, you can ask some questions afterwards. So I want to say was MIT, what we could do for MIT, all of us, next, before that, research. Number one, we can enriching the institute based on my discussion with the scientists, academicians and technology who are associated with teaching and research. I have few suggestions for enriching the education system in MIT, both by alumnus, present teachers, present professors, Anna University, all have to look at together. It is essential, firstly, to identify few brilliant minds in MIT and provide them with the right type of scientific environment to pursue the fundamental research of their choice. Secondly, facilitating large number of innovative researchers to carry out directed research, particularly towards alleviation of human suffering and promoting robust health through biomedical technology. MIT alumni should nurture startup companies who novel ideas to create a global giants leading to the internationally competitive innovative industry in India and abroad. MIT should become a research powerhouse of the world, benchmark against the top 10 research institutions. Alumni have to help. Finally, MIT should become a major catalyst for entrepreneurs and work for transforming MIT graduates from employment seeker to employment generators. All the alumni assembled here can think what they can contribute in terms of experience, providing original thoughts and sharing of wealth in realizing any one or more of suggestion which just now I have made. In conclusion, friends, when I see you all, let me share with you what the campus should stand for. That is excellence. Campus should stand for. That is excellence. Excellence is not by accident. It is a process where an individual or an organization or nation continuously strives to better oneself. The performance standards are set by themselves. They work on their dreams with focus and are prepared to take calculated risks and do not get deterred by failures as they move towards their dreams. Then they step up their dreams as they tend to reach the original targets. They strive to work to their potential. In the process, they increase their performance, thereby multiplying further their potential, and this is an unending life cycle phenomena. They are not in competition with anyone else but themselves. That is the culture of excellence. I am sure each one of alumni will work for nurturing excellence in MIT, that is for the alma mater. I want to convey finally one thing. History has proven that those who dare to imagine the impossible are the ones who break all human limitations in every field of human endeavor, whether science, medicine, sports, arts or technology, the names of the people who imagined the impossible are engraved in our history. By breaking the limits of their imagination, they changed the world. I am sure each one of you will attempt to break the limits of your imagination, work for making MIT great. My greetings and best wishes to all the alumni of MIT for success in all their endeavors. May God bless you all, friends.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for sharing your sweet memories of MIT days with us. ஐயா, உங்களுடைய உன்னதமான ஊக்கம் கொடுக்கும் பேச்சுக்கு மிக்க நன்றி. உங்கள் விருப்பப்படி நாங்கள் எங்களுடைய வாழ்க்கையில் பறந்து கொண்டே இருப்போம் என்று உறுதி கூறும் முகத்தான் எழுந்து நின்று கைதட்டும்படி கேட்டுக்கொள்கின்றேன். ஸ்டாண்டிங் ஓவேஷன் ப்ளீஸ். Now I request Mr. Karthik, Student Chairman, MIT Athenaeum, to propose a vote of thanks.
I am deeply honored to share the space with one of the finest minds that this college and the world has ever witnessed. I thank everyone whose diligent efforts made this event possible. It would be appropriate to start off with a quote from my role model, and it goes like, educationalists should build the capacities of the spirit of inquiry, creativity, entrepreneurial and moral leadership among students and become their role model. These above words are said by none other than our distinguished alumnus, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Madras Institute of Technology, the name MIT is synonymous to resilience, pride and benevolence. As true MITians, all of us here share an unbreakable bond which connects all of us together. Share the pride of belonging to the place which has produced numerous talents, and most importantly, all of us share the common characteristic, a sense of giving back to the society and to our juniors more than what was given to us. Athenaeum has always been the pride of our college. Athenaeum stands as a proof of our unity and as a bridge between the learner and the learned. Several clubs, including Rotaract clubs, personality development associations, and computer society, have long been developed valued talents from our college. The contribution of the alumni towards the development of our college is enormous. The MIT Alumni Association has been actively involved in helping the needy and meritorious students with scholarships. We are truly indebted to those who are involved in the efforts of the welfare of the others, because it is nothing short